you mean?
You don't need a back adjustment. You don't need your tires aligned. Okay, here it is. We all want to live a life of true meaning and fulfillment. And so it's this concept of living in alignment with your soul's purpose. And so let's talk about your soul's purpose for a minute. It is the unique reason for your existence, something deeper beyond the ordinary pursuits of career and status and material things. It's a calling that comes from within and that asks us to contribute our distinct gifts, passions, and energy to the world. Living in alignment with our soul's purpose is so much more than a job or a lifestyle. It means we are acknowledging and expressing our true self. It means we are engaging in activities that ignite our spirit and bring us a sense of fulfillment. It means we are making a positive impact by living our values, and it means continuous growth and evolution. And when we operate from a place that honors our core values, we tend to find that life kind of flows with a sense of ease, that decisions are easier to make. And when you live in alignment, you experience inner harmony. And it's when your insides match your outsides.
So it is kind of a whole body experience, body, mind, spirit, a lot to unpack there. But how do you know when you're not in alignment?
Okay, so alignment does not come from a place of fear or anger or resentment or frustration or jealousy. For alignment to work, we need to come from a place of calm, contentedness, and clarity. It's where you are not overwhelmed, but rather you feel centered. And alignment and peace, they're so closely connected. So when you feel frantic or anxious or stressed, you know you are not in alignment. So we may feel like off or maybe restless, or maybe you don't even know, but just something doesn't feel right. Or life doesn't flow as smoothly as we'd like it to. We feel agitated, uninspired, and maybe even fearful. It's when life seems so hard and not effortless. And when you get centered and you find that inner harmony, you may even start experiencing synchronicities, like all of the right people and places and things come into your life at all the right times. Because when you are in alignment, you're creating an environment where all of life's magic can properly make its way to you. And that's exactly how alignment feels, a bit magical.
All right, so what I'm hearing is phrases like putting a square peg in a round hole or beating your head against the wall. When you're feeling those kinds of emotions, you're out of alignment. So, what are some ways that we can find that synchronicity, that magic?
Yes. Okay. I've got 4 ways to find more alignment in your life. Number 1, we have got to understand our values. So, whether it's honesty or adventure or excellence, my values are freedom, peace, and joy. If I am doing something that does not honor those values, I am not in alignment. And so, by creating situations in which our values are being honored, we are in alignment with who we are and what we do in life. And so, it all begins by creating awareness of your values and then making choices that honor them. And if you don't know your values, a very simple exercise is do a Google. Do a Google, get a list of values, and then start looking through them and just find what speaks to you. There might be one that you're like, ooh, that's me. And get a list and whittle it down to like 4 to 5 solid values that really speak to your truth. Number 2, tune into your inner voice, which is what guides us to our soul's purpose. Trust your intuition and allow it to lead you to the right choices. And following your heart means getting quiet so that you can hear your soul's whispers. Because remember, all the answers that we seek, we find it within ourselves. And it's the heart we have to keep listening to because our mind, our heads, that is ego. We've got to stay true and centered to what's in our heart. Number 3, follow your curiosity. Your curiosity is something you are meant to explore. These are clues to your heart's desires. And remember, our hearts can't steer us wrong. So when you are curious about something, a person, a skill, a place, you need to explore it because it's perfectly aligned to your truth. And number 4, setting intentions. Our minds believe what we tell it. So every time we set an intention to cultivate a certain quality or even value, we're opening up our minds to believe that we can possess it. And the intention can be as simple as, I will trust myself more. It could be, I choose to say yes to things that light me up. Or we could play with our values and say, I will make choices that honor my value of X. To experience alignment, we have got to navigate out of life's chaos. And when we turn down the volume on the external noise, we can tune into what's in our heart, which is where all the answers are.
Love it. Can I share a little story with you?
Yes.
So it brings to mind the period in life that was really, really difficult when I was raising my kids by myself. Wow. Talk about chaos, beating my head against the wall, fear, all of it, okay? And I had a girlfriend who said, Nicole, if you always put your kids first, you'll never make a bad decision. So when I hear you talking about values, I value my kids, my family, of course, and their futures. And that kind of helped me get into alignment. Just sit back and relax into those decisions. And putting my kids first was the value.
That is so amazing. And those are your North Stars. I mean, that's another great way to think about values. What are your guiding principles? And family, what a beautiful one, which is why you're the best mama.
Sometimes. Well, great to see you, honey. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Our Joy Corner. It's just always a breath of fresh air to learn some guiding light principles from our girl guide, Heather Boschke.